Let's create a simple and effective skincare routine. I believe in skin vesting. Your skin is an investment. It's the only skin you're ever going to get. Investing in a handful of high quality products to transform the skin, to nourish the skin, is going to make a huge difference and promote long-term skin health. So let's get into it. I'm Jordan Harper, board certified nurse practitioner. I've been in the medical field for over a decade. I have a skincare line called Barefaced, and it's all rooted around less but better, because I don't think skincare needs to be complicated. You just need to be using a handful of products to protect, prevent, repair, and correct. I like to think of skincare like building a car. So think about a car. You've got your 4 tires, you've got a chassis, kind of the body holding everything together, and then you've got your outer shell. And just like a car hasn't really changed that much in the core concept in the past 100 years, the same thing applies with skincare. Of course, there's been new innovation. Of course, there's new products on the market, but there's some tried and true concepts and foundational products that you need no matter what. So let's break it down. Step 1, let's think about your 4 workhorses in your, I call this the core 4. This is an exfoliant, this is a retinoid, this is a vitamin C, and a sunscreen. So break it down from order of importance. Sunscreen, it's just your number 1. And a lot of people don't like to hear that, but investing in a daily sunscreen is the number 1 thing you can do for your skin for long-term skin health. Not only to prevent skin cancer, but also it is estimated that 90% of skin aging comes from sun exposure. So if you can prevent some sun damage, your skin is gonna look better and healthier for years to come. Your number 1 investment is sunscreen. Start there. If you are not committed to a daily SPF, then you might as well not invest in any other skincare products, because it's just a waste. And that's why it's skin investing. So start with sunscreen. Your next step, it kind of varies. So step 2, depending on your age, if you are in your 20s and you are not acne prone, you can go ahead and just jump into a vitamin C. This is the most abundant antioxidant in the body. It's essential for preventing and protecting the skin during the day, fighting free radical damage. Think of applying it to your skin and it's little soldiers ready to fight off anything that's going to damage your skin, like the sun. So it pairs really nicely in your morning routine. And this should be started as early as, teens, 20s. That would be your next step in your routine. The only caveat here is if you are acne prone. If you are acne prone, or if you are 30 plus, you want to jump straight into a retinoid. Outside of sunscreen, retinoids are the most well-researched skincare ingredient that you can use for anti-aging. There's also some recent research that shows they can be helpful in preventing skin cancers. They are there to stimulate cellular turnover. This is why they're essential in your skincare routine, because as we age, our cellular turnover slows down. If we can keep our cellular turnover, the speed in which our cells come to the surface, if we can keep that higher, our skin is going to look healthier and thus more youthful. And also, in the same vein of stimulating cellular turnover, if you're acne prone, it's going to help reduce acne on the skin, because it's not allowing everything to sit there, it's boosting your cellular turnover. You'll see derms prescribe this for teens for acne, but it's also really great for anti-aging. It has a lot of great benefits for the skin. So that is the caveat. That's your second thing to invest in if you're acne prone or if you're over 30. So now we've covered 3 out of the 4 core 4 products. Your 4th product is an exfoliant. So in order of importance, or in order of how you should add to your routine, you're doing your SPF, you're doing your retinoid, you're doing your vitamin C, and then now you're adding in your exfoliant. This is going to help remove dead skin cells from the surface of the skin. It's going to help wash out the pores. It's going to help your skincare products penetrate better. You don't want a bunch of dead skin on the surface of the skin, because your skincare is not going to absorb as well. Your skin's not going to look as glowy. You want your fresh, new skin cells to be showing, and that's going to make your skin look and feel healthier. It's going to help with texture. It's just an essential. So those are your core 4. Your SPF, your retinoid, your vitamin C, and your exfoliant. So that is where you want to start with building a skincare routine to prevent, protect, repair, and correct. Now you may be thinking, but I have dry skin, or I have sensitive skin, or I have acne prone skin, rosacea, wrinkles. Doesn't really matter, because you still need the core 4 products, and then you add on to your routine after that, because you have to get the skin healthy. There's no reason to invest in products that are going to correct the skin, like products to adjust dark spots, if you're not using the core 4 products to keep the skin healthy. The other 2 products that make up the essentials in your skincare routine, cleanser and a moisturizer. And this is where there can be some variation depending on your skin type. So for your cleanser, it is really important, and actually probably 50% of your routine, to properly cleanse the face. I always recommend a double cleanse at night. You want to do this with an oil-based cleanser or a micellar water first, and then a cleanser that's suited to your skin type. If you have more reactive skin or dry skin, you're going to want to use a gentle cleanser. If you have more oily skin, you want to maybe consider one with a couple of exfoliating acids. This is going to be a variation just like all products, depending on your skin type, but you need to have a cleanser and you need to properly and effectively cleanse the skin. Otherwise, the rest of your routine can't really do their thing if you're applying them to dirty skin. And you also need a moisturizer. And this is kind of like the whole scope of your routine. It's a total of 6 products. Your SPF you're only going to use in the morning, and your retinoid you're only going to use at night. You have a very, very simple routine, and it's a very efficacious routine. Here's the thing. Everyone wants to promote this like transformational one product that can do it all, and that just doesn't exist. And also, as much as people want to like jump on these trends, there are some just tried and true principles that all you need, and I personally, I want a minimal routine. And if I want to do something extra one night, great. But I want my day-to-day routine to be very, very minimal and very effective. And I know with these 6 products that I'm covering all of my bases. You'll notice I didn't say an eye cream yet. And the reason is you want to build your foundation to your routine before you add a treatment product. And I think of eye creams as a preventative product that you can use in your routine, but you want to make sure you're using the core 4 and then obviously a cleanser and a moisturizer. So eye creams are very beneficial and they do a really good job of supporting your skincare routine, but you don't really need to start one until you've invested in the basics of long-term skin health. If you are pregnant and are not able to use a retinoid, or if your skin is just extremely sensitive and you're not able to tolerate a retinoid, then you can add in a retinoid alternative. This is typically a product that has bakuchiol in it, and they've done studies where 0.5% of bakuchiol used twice a day has similar results as using a once a day retinol. Now, the thing about bakuchiol is it actually acts as a retinoid booster. So when you're not pregnant, you can continue using a product with bakuchiol in it to allow your retinoid to work longer and more effectively on the skin. So this is why for Barefaced, we developed a retinaldehyde that has bakuchiol in it because it allows the retinoid to work longer and harder while reducing sensitivity. So bakuchiol is a really incredible ingredient, and I only consider it a retinoid alternative, which isn't technically a real thing. They have different mechanisms of action, but I only consider it as that when you're pregnant and you're not using a retinoid. Otherwise, I would use it to complement your skincare routine. So those are the basics of your skincare routine. It does not have to be complicated. You can use those, and now selecting those products for your skin type also does not have to be challenging. We're not going to go into detail on every single skin type today. However, I've got you. I invested in an AI tool that we now use for Barefaced, and it is an AI skin quiz that you can take. You answer a series of questions, and at the end, you take a selfie, and it gives you a skin analysis and a skin score. What I found was that my patients really didn't understand their skin, which again, why should they? I found them answering questions differently than what I was appreciating about their skin. And so the AI skin quiz, allowing the selfie to capture your skin, actually can be very impactful because it's going to give you a recommendation based on its analysis of your skin. And this is where a lot of times we may not see our skin for what it really is, which can be a good and bad thing. And I've had dozens of patients that have come in and they feel like acne is their primary concern when really they just have 1 or 2 blemishes. That is not a concern of acne, but if they were to answer a questionnaire, they would have answered that they have moderate to severe acne. So the skin quiz is a great option, and it actually does, the skin analysis and skin score and gives you a recommendation for your skin type. And the way we broke it down is that it gives you a recommendation for the core 4 first, and then the full routine as you decide to add on and build your routine. So from there, from your foundation, now you can actually treat skin type, skin concerns, and treat things like anti-aging or breakouts or dark spots, something that a lot of patients tend to struggle with because we are constantly exposed to the sun, and even if we're wearing daily sunscreen, we're still getting sun damage. Is a brightening booster. And this is why I love brightening serum. This is a hydroquinone-free dark spot corrector. Now, depending on the severity of your dark spots, depending on if you have melasma, this is a great medical grade option to address the melanin pathway. So you're actually correcting some of the dark spots that have actually popped up on the skin. The key is, and this is why I call it a booster, is because you're not going to get the results that you want if you're just using a brightening serum. You're going to be underwhelmed. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize, probably because of the way that brands market skincare, is that sure, this is a brightening serum, but if you're only using this and you're not using the core 4 products and a cleanser and a moisturizer, your skin doesn't have the tools that it needs to actually repair itself. So a brightening booster is just going to only do what it can do. And that's why I always say build the foundation and add on from there. So you don't just want to start this without using the core 4 product. Same thing with the deeper exfoliant. We have a 15% glycolic acid exfoliant that is amazing for a deeper exfoliation. You're not going to benefit from that unless you're using the foundational products. So this is a great product that you can use once or twice a week to provide a more intense exfoliation of the skin. And I also love a higher percentage glycolic acid on the body. So if you have rough skin on the body or ingrown hairs, this product is amazing to use on the body to address some of that rough skin and prevent ingrown hairs. Okay, so now we've broken down the basics and essentials of skincare along with a couple extra treatments. Now let's talk about some office treatments, because skincare is 80% of your results, but 20% come from office treatments.